I want to go through all the books that I've read for this year. I've read 27 books this year. I'm going to give you a quick yes, no, or maybe for each of them. And then at the end, I think I will choose my 3 favorites so far for the year. And I'll give you any recommendations that I think you probably should read. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so welcome back to the channel. You might have seen my channel trailer, and that was a while ago. In the meantime, I've been trying to film this video. I filmed it a couple times, and whenever I go to edit it, I think, oh my God, it is so boring, Alex. So here we are, 3rd time's the charm. I've changed up the setting. I was in my office for the other 2. It looks like, I think I might have about 14 here. It's a pretty precarious stack of books here, and 13 have been on the Kindle. I'm gonna start off by going through all the books that I've read so that this tower is not so precarious. Got myself a nice little cranberry and soda water drink here. Yep, not half bad, not half bad. So, let's get into it. This is in no particular order, by the way. This is not the order that I read them. I'm just gonna go through the physical copy books, and then I'm gonna go through the Kindle books. All right. Will Prescribe You a Cat. This was a really fun book. I think there's about 4 or 5 short stories in here. I haven't read it for all. It was early in the year, this one. I will say this is a yes. Quick, easy read. The Last Regret by Marie Jin. So this one was actually sent to me by Marie. She thought I would enjoy this after seeing my videos on TikTok, and she was right. I really did enjoy this. I also then went on to read The Last Remorse, which is the 2nd book in this series. She sent that to me as sort of like a beta reader, advanced reader's copy type book, and that was great too. I would give a big old yes to both of those, so you should check those out. Well, this was early in the year one. Why I Am So Clever by Friedrich Nietzsche. I'm going to give that a resounding no. I'm not sure if it was because it was written a long time ago. Maybe I just don't get his sarcasm. I don't get his writing. I haven't read anything else by Nietzsche besides this, but that was a no. Oh, just this past Sunday at the time of recording, my wife and I spent the entire day reading the first Harry Potter book. This, of course, is a yes. A big yes from me. The Philosopher's Stone has a nice warm place in my heart. Oh. This is a series that I've read many times through. Started reading this as a kid, and yeah, it still holds up now. Star in the Grave. It's set in 1968, and it's about a girl who sort of follows her roots back in her family who escaped World War II. So it's a very good one. I give that a yes. You should read that, especially if you like historical fiction. Ooh. The Midnight Library. Quite a nice copy of this. I like the low profile. Yes. Oh. And look, it just sits open. That's something else I like about books. Whether you like them floppy or firm, I like them floppy. All right, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I would give this a yes. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I probably would. It's probably not like on the top of my recommended list. I'm not going to go around recommending it to everyone. But I mean, if you were looking at reading it, I would say it's worth a read. It's a pretty quick read, and it's interesting. What is this? A Life in Parts by Bryan Cranston. This one was great. I really like Bryan Cranston. I sort of grew up with him in Malcolm in the Middle, seen him in a few other roles, and then as I was a young teenager and throughout my teenage years, I saw him in Breaking Bad, and that's one of my all-time favorite shows, so I was pretty keen on reading his book. I really enjoyed that. That was also a short, quick read. I'll give that a yes. Oh, here we go. Let's have a little drinks break because I feel like I'm sort of powering through. I finished this one in late January 28th. This was a book that I probably bought this 5-6 years ago. I've picked it up multiple times, tried to read it. I always read through book 1 or part 1. Because it's so intense, but I always dropped off after that, and I'm not sure why. It must have just not been the right time. But this year I got through it, and I absolutely loved it. I kicked myself for not reading it sooner. This book was a 5-star read. Fantastic, I absolutely loved it. It is Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. This is a resounding yes. Absolutely go read this book. It is phenomenal. All right, oh, another ripper book. Lonesome Dove. Oh, what a journey. This, it says here on the cover, if you read only one Western novel in your life, read this one. Definitely do that. If you only ever want to read one Western novel, if you've never read a Western, start with this one. It's big, it's chunky, it's a thick boy, but it is a journey you won't forget. It is brilliant. Big old yes, that's a 5-star again. Okay, I'm going to do these ones as a 4-in-1 series. They are the Thursday Murder Club series, right? I'm going to give these a yes. I mean, this is going to be a theme of the video, guys. Yes, for the majority of the books that I've read. I tend to pick good books. They hit me a little bit harder because I have some dementia in the family and there's a story of dementia in here, but I still love them. They were fantastic. They were all very quick to read as well. You just felt like I could just like pick a book up and be halfway done with it by the end of the day. Here is one that I just finished reading. I think it might have been last week. Yeah, it was last week. It was just before I read the first Harry Potter. Butcher's Crossing by John Williams. Books Are Sick. Nick from Books Are Sick loves John Williams and had read this a while ago, and I picked it up wanting to read it, finally got around to it. I thought this will be great because I love Lonesome Dove. It's a bit of a shorter Western, I guess sort of a Western story, and it was brilliant, yes. Moving on, we are up to the Kindle books. Wind and Truth, the 5th in the Stormlight archive. I absolutely give that a yes. I'm a big fan of the Stormlight archive. I'm a big fan of Brandon Sanderson, and I think if you like his style of writing, you should definitely read the Stormlight archive. I probably wouldn't recommend starting with it. Test the waters, see if you like his writing, and then if you do, dive into the Stormlight archive because it's brilliant. So yeah, Wind and Truth. I read the other 4 last year. So that's a big yes. So we're up to Treasure Island. That's the first maybe for me. I think I gave that maybe around a 3 stars. If you like that kind of thing, you've probably read it in your childhood, then yeah, pick it up, but definitely a maybe. On to Dungeon Crawler Carl. That's a big yes. I really enjoyed that. I've never read a lit RPG, and that one was really fun. So yeah, pick that up if you're into that type of thing. I read the second one too, Carl's Doomsday Scenario. I think definitely worth a read too. I'm planning to read the 3rd one soon, just haven't got around to it yet. All right, and we are on to Shadows of Self. That is another Brandon Sanderson book. I think that might be, it's either the 4th or the 5th Mistborn book. Again, if you like Brandon Sanderson, pick it up, but a caveat, you need to read the other Mistborn books beforehand. All right, this next book is the best book of the year. I mean, yeah, it's up there. It's probably up there with Crime and Punishment for the best book of the year for me. The Sword of Kaigan. Brilliant. I loved it. First book that I've read by M.L. Wang, however you say it. And I'm planning to read Blood Over Brighthaven very soon. But yes, you should absolutely read The Sword of Kaigan. It's brilliant. Murder on the Links? No. Agatha Christie. I usually like her books. I found myself snoozing. I found myself waiting for this book to be finished. Didn't like it. Thought it was obvious. Anyway, Red Rising, Golden Sun, and Morning Star. First foray into Pierce Brown. I guess this is his main works. I loved them. You know the theme, guys. I loved them. So I've never really read sci-fi either. The first book gave me the Hunger Games vibes, but then the second and the third book, the sci-fi, and it was brilliant. Loved them. Definitely read the trilogy there. That's all I've read of that series is the first trilogy. I am planning to read the rest of it later this year, but for now, you should definitely pick up that trilogy. All right, we're getting through it. We're nearly done. Railway Murders. The Railway Murders. That is by J.R. Ellis. That was on the Kindle. That is part of like a 10, 11 book series. I think it's book number 8. I really enjoy them. They're set in Yorkshire. They're cozy. That's a yes from me. I mean, you don't have to read them in order, but I mean, why not? Why not just read them in order? Right, next up is His and Hers. This is just a quick little book that I read. It was actually free on Kindle. It might have been because I've got Prime. Anyway, so what I thought was going to be a murder mystery, sort of cozy, you know, set in England. I thought, oh yeah, nice cozy, murder mystery, yeah, let's just read that. First 3/4 of it, exactly what I wanted, you know, a whodunit, murder mystery. Last quarter of that book had me sweating. The last quarter of that book had me sweating. I was reading it late at night. My wife was asleep, so I had to turn the lights off. It's pitch black. That is some scary stuff. That's a thriller, absolute thriller. I recommend it. I reckon that's a good book. There is some intense stuff in there, some intense themes, but I think it's a good book. And then the last completed book that I've read for the year is Endure by Cam Haines. That is a bit more of like a self-help, self-help style book. It's a non-fiction. And it was good. I like that. I like Cam Haines. I like listening to him on podcasts, so I thought just a natural progression, pick up his book, give it a read. And why don't we go ahead and say, right now I'm reading Misery by Stephen King, my first Stephen King novel. I've wanted to read Stephen King for years. I just never quite got around to it. I guess I've just had too many other books to read, but so far I'm really enjoying Misery. I'm about 25-30% through it. I guess I'll let you guys know how that goes. I'm planning to do a monthly sort of book recap video on this channel. So anyway, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching this whole video. They're all the books that I've read for this year. If you have any books based off these that you think I should read, please comment them below, because I'm having a great time reading this year and I plan to continue it. Straight. Now to remember where all these books go. Start on the grave. So be it. Harry Potter back in the Harry Potter section, of course. Okay, I'm just back in my office and I realised that I forgot to film the top 3 picks of the year so far. I think from my reactions when I was telling you about them, you can probably tell. So top 3, I mean, no particular order. I think when I read them, I probably would have put them in an order, but now looking back at them, I would say the top 3 definitely are The Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wang, Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and Lonesome Dove. Yeah, they'll be the top 3. So if you take anything from this video, go pick one of those 3, read them, pick all 3 if you want. I mean, they're all brilliant. They're all brilliant. So do yourself a favour, read 1, 2, 3 of those books, read all 27 of those. No, actually don't. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.